Hi everybody, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to The Seasoned Vegan. I have something very exciting for you. Today we are making white bean soup. It is creamy, it is nourishing, but most importantly, it is very, very easy to make. It takes about 20 minutes, maybe 25 if you include all the chopping and everything. But without further ado, let's get right into the ingredients. So we're going to be using some vegetables like onion, garlic, celery, carrot, and kale. I've got some red curly kale back there. We're also going to use a lemon, a lot of seasonings like Italian seasoning. We've got black pepper, red pepper, as in like chili flakes. We have some salt. And then we are using cannellini beans today. Oh, and I didn't mention tomato paste as well. But yeah, so the cannellini beans, here they are. They're basically white kidney beans, and they are so good. That's what's going to make it extra creamy. And then we're going to top it with some Parmesan cheese. And I have the Violife brand. It's a pretty good vegan Parmesan cheese. And then here is our vegetable bouillon that we will be using. And then the tomato paste down there. I don't know if you saw it or not. There it is. And garlic. I don't know if I said that either, but there you go. You're also going to need some type of large pot and any type of oil. So let's get into the first step. We are going to be slicing and peeling our carrots. So first we're going to give them a peel. Very easy. And then we're going to slice them up. And for today, I'm just going to do some coins, some pretty thin coins. And I'm not really worrying about them being the same size or anything like that. I'm just giving them a good slice. All right. So next up, we are going to chop our onion. And I recommend doing 1 large onion or 2 small onions, whatever you have, but give them a nice chop as well. Looking a bit like that. And then we're going to chop up our celery. And same as the onions, just fairly small, And I think I did about 3 stalks of celery, 3 carrots. Actually, I did 4 carrots, but 2 of them were small, so I'm considering it 1. All right, so everything is chopped. Now we're going to get these vegetables sautéing. So I'm putting about 2 tablespoons of oil into my pot. And in go the carrots, in go the onions, and the celery. And we're basically just going to let these saute together for about 5 minutes. I just added a little bit of salt and gave them a nice mix so that all the vegetables were coated in oil. And yeah, I just let them cook on medium-high heat for about 5 minutes. And that is that. There we go. So I just mixed them all up. And I like to season as I go. I figured that it's just the best way to build up flavor as I go. So here we go. That's what it's going to look like. And while that's sauteing for about 5 minutes, let's move over here and mince up our garlic. So I just give my cloves a nice smash. So satisfying. And then I just peel away the skin. And on that last smash, a piece of garlic went clear across the floor, the kitchen floor. Okay, so now we're going to add in our minced garlic, and we're going to saute this with the rest of the vegetables for another 2 minutes. Easy peasy. We don't want the garlic to burn, so 2 minutes should be just fine. And then at that point, we are going to strain and rinse our beans. I thought I was filming when I was straining and rinsing the beans, but I wasn't. So here they are already in the pot, ready to go. I just mixed them in with all the other vegetables. And you could probably use kidney beans if you wanted. Not white ones, but you could probably use kidney beans. I think that would be pretty good. I just really like these cannellini beans. They are delicious. All right, guys, so the next step is to add in everything else. Well, not everything else. I shouldn't say that. Let's add in our tomato paste, our vegetable broth, and our seasonings. We are going to leave the kale and the lemon for the very, very end. So here goes the Italian seasoning. I'm doing about a tablespoon of that. Got a half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and then half a teaspoon of these crushed red chili flakes. So here we go. And all of the measurements, you guys, they're all in the description below. And please, please go ahead and make this one, you guys. I want to know what you think. It is such a good fall winter recipe, in my opinion. It's just super, super delicious. So once all the seasonings are in, I go ahead and I give everything a mix, get everything well combined, and then I'm going to go ahead and throw in my liquids. And I don't know if you saw, but I did put my tomato paste straight into my vegetable broth. So I'm just putting all of that in now. I'm just kind of mixing the vegetable broth at the bottom. And there we go. And I did do about 5 cups of liquid here, 5 cups of broth. So once you get that really well mixed, you're going to go ahead and bring it to a boil and then reduce it down to low so it just simmers, and cook it for about 15 minutes. And then it's done. It's done being cooked. All right, so let's move on to the next step. While that cooks for 15 minutes, we're going to wash our kale and chop it up. We are also going to juice our lemon and grate up our Parmesan. And isn't this absolutely beautiful? Look at this red curly kale. I love eating things that have so much vibrant color. They're just so fun to cook with and fun to eat. It's beautiful. So here's the way that I get my kale ready. I kind of just remove my stems just by like tearing. And then once I have, oh, wait, hold on. Look at how beautiful that is. Look at that gorgeous, bright, vibrant color inside the purple stem. So pretty. Okay, I got a little distracted. Once I have all my stems removed, like so, then I just go ahead and I kind of squeeze the kale. I have found that it's just easier to kind of manage and cut after I've squeezed it. So I go ahead and I do that, and then I give it a pretty rough chop, you know. I don't like any large pieces in the soup, so I make sure everything's pretty much bite-sized, but not perfect. Then I'm juicing half my lemon, easy peasy, and I'm grating my Parmesan cheese. And I don't put the Parmesan cheese directly into the soup as it's cooking, but I do like to use it as a garnish at the very end. I think it's just really, really tasty. You could also garnish with I can't speak. I got tongue-tied with nutritional yeast as well. So here everything is ready to go in. So it's been about 15 minutes of simmering. We're going to go ahead and add in our lemon juice. There we go. And mix it in thoroughly. And then we're going to go in with the kale. And the reason I wait until the very end for the kale is so that it doesn't get, super wilted. It doesn't need that much time to cook down. It takes about, 2 minutes. 2 minutes of cooking, and then you can remove it from the heat. So that is what it looks like with everything in it. Now you can eat it just like this, but I prefer to take it a step further, and I use my immersion blender and I give it a few pulses just to make it a little creamier. I think it just makes the soup a little bit more substantial and hearty. I just prefer this. If you don't have an immersion blender, you could also, take about 2 cups of the soup, put it in your blender and blend it up. If you don't have a blender either, you could probably take like a can of the beans, and before you add them into your soup, go ahead and mash them with like a fork or a masher, whatever you've got. But there are ways to achieve this, even if you don't have an immersion blender or a Vitamix. So there we go, you guys. That is what it looks like when it is all done. Let's go ahead and scoop a little bowl out. And there we go. We're going to add our Parmesan cheese right on top, and bada boom, bada bang, you got yourself a soup, baby. That looks so good. And I'm having it today with some multigrain bread, some whole wheat multigrain bread. However, I do prefer this soup with sourdough bread. I just didn't have any today, but I'm making do with what I got. So there we go. Super dippable, super shareable, super delicious, super nutritious. I hope you guys try this one. It is quite good. And if you do, please let me know what you think. Give the video a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, because I come out with new vegan recipes every week. So I hope to see you guys in the next one. And until then, take care. Bye.